All right, today we're going to go through the ExactEmerge Row Unit. We're going to talk about the technology itself within the Row Unit. We're going to talk about the meter in the Row Unit as far as what to look for pre-season maintenance and inspection, some wear parts to be on the lookout for, as well as some of those components that are, or maintenance items that are going to help you make sure that you got success here in the spring as you're getting ready to put it into the field, as well as what to do when you're pulling that plant out of the field for the last time of putting it into storage. So to start looking at the technology and what makes this row unit kind of sets it aside. This ExactEmerge Row Unit has got some incredible technology offerings that really make it the premier row unit available on the market. The first kind of piece to look at is the bowl shape here. So you notice we've got a dome lid with a bowl inside rather than your traditional seed plate. This bowl design allows you more opportunity or more seed contact space as you're looking at those higher speeds, making sure that you got good access to seed and good seed contact through the meter, as well as the shape of it allows that meter to be able to be successful in multiple different terrains. So as you look at rolling terrains, this bowl shape design is going to be it's going to work better in some of those rolling hills, as well as provide you that optimal performance on your flat out fields as well. Beyond the bowl, when you look down through this row unit, the next major component that is different than what you may be used to is the brush cartridge. This cartridge, combined with the meter, provide a smooth, effortless transition for that seed with direct contact on the brush. The seed is placed within the brush, and what's unique about a brush versus some other systems on the market is there's an infinite location an infinite number of locations for the seed to land with on the brush. That brush is going to hold that seed in place and put it into a dead drop down into the seed channel, making sure that that handoff from meter to brush to ground contact is seamless and helping us get the population and the singulation necessary at higher speeds. As we look through now, looking at the technology that's in the row unit, as we look through a few things to consider as we're getting ready to go to the field, we're going to go back to the meter here. So within the meter, one of the first things you're going to want to take a look at and inspect is the lid itself. Of course, this is the vacuum-based system, so anytime you have any sort of cracks or holes that are going to get in the way of your vacuum system, we need to make sure that we've got that taken care of. So inspect any damage on here, making sure that you're going to be able to get a good, tight seal. Speaking of the seal on the inside of the lid, do a quick inspection there, make sure that it's not brittle, cracked, or anything else. If it is, be sure to talk to your parts department at your local gear dealership and get a new seal. This seal is kind of the key for that contact with the seed bowl to make sure that you got good air system within here. Inspect your knockout wheel, make sure that no teeth are missing and everything else. This is an easy clip-in, clip-out design. For most applications in our country, that black knockout wheel is going to work for corn and soybeans. There are other knockout wheels available as well for sorghum and some of your smaller grains as well. Again, also looking at the bowl, you're going to want to inspect that bowl for any sort of cracking or warping that may occur. Go ahead and spray with a spray graphite lubricant. The bowl on the outside that's going to make contact with that seal. That's going to help make sure that you get a good contact, as well as everything is moving freely. So we encourage you to have a couple cans of that graphite spray lubricant with you. Hit it when you change crops, hit it when you go out into the field for the first time of the year as well. When you store these bowls, just like the old seed plates and everything, we're going to tell you to take the bowl out of the meter, store it in a way that isn't going to cause any warping or damage. So don't lay it flat in a way that can warp that out. We encourage you to take a dowel or something like that, run your bowls through, suspend them on that dowel so that the pressure is here on the connection or the center of the bowl rather than on the edge. You're going to want to make sure that you are inspecting each of your bowls to make sure there's no warping or damage. That's going to affect the performance of the system. When you get ready to go to the field, of course, hub height is something to consider. So with the meter disconnected, you're going to want to spin the bowl, and you're going to want a pretty tight contact. You're not going to want any free spin with this system with the bowl. To change that hub height, you remove the bowl, pull out this cotter key, adjust that hub in or out as needed, pop that cotter key back in. On here, you'll notice that this ExactEmerge system has wear plates around the frame of the meter housing. These wear plates are actually where that bowl is going to run or rub on. Check those to make sure that the bowl is still able to make contact with those wear pads and not necessarily on the frame. These are a replaceable item. The new ones, if your planter doesn't already have them, are ceramic. And on those ceramic wear pads, there's actually a little dimple within there. If that dimple is visible, the wear pad is good. The minute you can't see that dimple any longer is when you're going to want to go through and replace those wear pads. Looking further into the system here, of course you got your knockout system. There's there's an inner and an outer knockout device. At 17.5 millimeters on this outer knockout device is when Deere is going to recommend you to replace these. Older row units will probably have a brush system on them. The new ones and the replacement parts for these are going to be more of a rubber-based single piece system. Its performance is the same and everything else. Should expect to get a little bit more wear life out of the newer system. So once you get down and you're seeing some wear on these, go ahead and replace those. This inner knockout brushes here at about 8 millimeters is when you're going to want to replace those when we get down to that point. This knockout, or this doubles eliminator, it's actually got 3 settings. You can raise that up or down depending on what you have. We'd recommend starting in the middle on that doubles eliminator setting. See what your performance is and adjust as necessary. The start of your doubles elimination process is actually right here in what's called the agitation strip. Inspect that, make sure that everything, you got it snapped into place well and is not wearing. Most row units will have a black agitation strip for corn and for your corn crops, and it's actually going to have a texture to it. And then you're going to run a yellow smooth agitation strip for soybeans at those higher populations. That is something you will change with the crop. The newer corn agitation strips are actually green, and Deere is telling us have a little bit better wear life on those new strips as well. So one thing to keep in mind on your leading edge of these agitation strips, make sure that they're snapped into place first, and then work your way down and snap the middle edge to make sure that you get a good tight fit there. That pretty well covers the meter itself. One more place to look at is right as you make the transition from the meter to the cartridge. Take a look at this wear pad right here. This is the handoff from the meter into the brush. Inspect this to make sure there's not any wearing or any chips or grooves or anything like that are going to cause any damage to the seed or interfere with that smooth transition from the meter to the brush. Working down through the cartridge now as we look at maintenance and wear here. You can easily snap off this outer casing of the cartridge. Take a good look at that brush. This brush, you're going to want to inspect to make sure that there's no major gaps or anything. A gap in the brush is going to create a spot for that seed to bounce and roll and to take away from the precise nature of what the system is designed for. So if you've got more than a 1 centimeter gap in bristles, that's going to be the time to go ahead and replace that brush. You can also just make sure that the depth of those bristles is going to sustain and hold that seed tightly against the seed guides along the side of the cartridge here and not allow that seed to roll or move up and down within the cartridge. Snapping this bottom guard off here. You can see there is a conditioner on here. Inspect that conditioner to make sure you've still got good brush contact. This is what's going to help knock off any mud or dirt off of the brush. It's also going to help to condition those bristles and keep those bristles optimal and standing upright and not plugged as well. So that's an important piece to make sure that you've got good coverage there, covering all of those bristles. At the very least, what we're going to tell you to do in the winter time is to release the tension off of that brush. That's the very least. Ideally, we're going to tell you to go ahead and take this brush out, store it, take it completely out of the row unit, store it in a place that rodents or mice or things like that aren't going to be able to get access to it, chewing those bristles. By taking the tension off and removing that from the cartridge, it's going to help to extend the life of that brush and make sure that as you're not putting tension on that rubber brush, the rubber backing of that brush, it's going to help to make sure that as you go put this back in and get into the field in the spring, that you're not going to have a free slip of this brush within this cartridge. Inspect the 2 bearings, make sure everything is good and loose here, still operational. And the last thing on the cartridge I'd encourage you to look at is the sensor here. This sensor is what's giving you all of your information that you need for singulation, spacing, population, everything else, feeding all that data back into the monitor of the planter. Go ahead and clean the glass screen off on this. If you're having problems with that sensor, start by cleaning the glass. If that glass is chipped or cracked or broken or anything, the glass can be replaced separately from the entire sensor. So good place to start, see if that fixes your problem before going through and looking at a whole new sensor. That pretty well covers the ExactEmerge Row Unit, the meter, the brush cartridge, and everything else. Hopefully you found some value here in what to be looking for as you're ready to go to the field, as well as what to do in the fall, or at the end of spring as you're getting ready to put that planter away for the year. Thanks.